Financial freedom is a beautiful thing, but it does not lead to real freedom. Real freedom is when your inner world is pleasant, beautiful, and peaceful no matter what is going on in your life. Awareness is the only way to real freedom. Financial freedom only makes your outer world very comfortable and convenient, but it does not guarantee inner pleasantness, inner peace, or joy. Actually, this is true for many successful people. Their outer world is very shiny, but their inner world not so pleasant. They suffer from chronic stress. Their mind is burdened. Their face looks dull. They have anger issues, jealousy, anxiety, and even depression. Needless to say, there are many who have taken their own lives. Outer pleasantness does not contribute to inner pleasantness. For all of us, our inner world is shaped by the environment within which we were born and grew up. Your inner world is the operating system, the software which governs your life. Majority of this programming happened unconsciously during childhood and plays out throughout your life. A minor part of it is through your own life experiences. Most people are clueless about their inner world simply because there is no education about it. We go to school to learn mathematics, science, economics, and the art, and nothing about how do I handle my own mind and emotions, which humans use on a daily basis in everything that they do, in all aspects of life. The most important things about life is not taught at school. How do I cultivate or achieve positive mental health so that I can live a balanced life of inner peace and outer success? Unfortunately, this is left for us to figure out on our own through trial and error. Desire is life. To live is desire. Unfortunately, to take one's own life also is a desire. To have a partner is a desire. To go up or down the elevator is a desire. To eat food is a desire. Not to eat food when you're sad also is a desire. Desire is the raw energy that powers your mind. All humans are powered by desire. And how this desire finds expression, it is through belief. Belief gives structure to your psychological reality and shapes your perception about yourself and the world around you. While belief is the foundational programming, your psychological reality is the algorithm, and these two, they always work together. Whatever inputs come from your external environment or your internal environment, which is your thoughts and emotions, they get filtered through and processed through these two layers, eventually producing an output which governs your thoughts, emotions, and behavior, both internally and externally. Internally, about how you think and feel within yourself, about yourself, and externally, how you behave with people, objects, and situations. This all together is the operating system that governs your inner reality as well as your outer reality. It shapes your perception about yourself and the outer world. It determines how you think and feel and dictates your behavior, both internally and externally. These intangible aspects of life are far more powerful than the tangible aspects of life because they govern everything. Now, because this software got programmed unconsciously and accidentally for most of us, it has many issues which create an unpleasant and chaotic environment within us. These are the limiting beliefs or self imposed negative beliefs, your biases, which are preconceived judgments or conclusions, your extreme likes and unreasonable dislikes, your weaknesses, your fears and insecurities, and your past unpleasant experiences, which are your traumas and emotional wounds. All of these are playing in your day to day lives, in everything that you do throughout the day, and even in your dreams. These viruses create disharmony and dysfunction in the mind and body, and eventually impairs the overall quality of your life. This is the very reason for the modern paradox of outer comfort and inner chaos. People with comfort can still, with success, can still be unhappy. These psychological viruses are the actual psychosomatic factors which give rise to chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and so on. This is a transition from mental disharmony to physiological dysfunction. Modern science recognizes that thoughts and emotions influence physiology. Chronic stress changes immune function. Fear and anxiety alter brain chemistry. Unresolved trauma affects inflammation, and beliefs shape health, behavior, and resilience. The field of psychoneurology, which studies the connection between the mind and the body, has conclusive scientific evidence to show that psychological states literally alters biology. This is the reason why ancient spiritual traditions emphasized on cultivating a healthy mind or a pleasant inner environment because they understood this phenomena clearly, this connection between mind and body, and how your mind can positively or negatively impact your biology. Thousands of years ago, the most important question is, have you looked at your own software, your own mental programming? Most people are just busy being busy, busy doing things in the outer world, and they never look at their own inner world. Yes, humans have a tendency of pointing fingers to other people's mistakes and shortcomings and saying, oh, you're like this, you're like that, you have these flaws, you have that flaws. But they never look at their own flaws. And they end up wondering, why does my life sucks despite I have all the material comforts? Looking inward requires awareness. Why do I have certain beliefs? Why do I have certain limiting beliefs? How did I end up concluding that I cannot do X, Y, or Z? Biases. Why am I biased towards certain ideas, belief systems, or ethnicities? I met a lady in India and she had one bad incident with people from Kerala, which is a state in the south of India. And because of that one incident, she ends up labeling every people from Kerala as bad. And now she is bias toward everything that regards Kerala, the culture, the tradition, the food, the people, everything. And when she's scrolling on her phone and she comes across a video about Kerala, immediately this puts her into an unpleasant brain chemistry. This is how biases affect you. Extreme likes, your obsessions, unreasonable dislikes, your hate and disgust about people, objects, or situations, your own weaknesses. I will make a separate video about these psychological viruses which negatively impacts your inner environment and your overall quality of life. Dr. Elaine Langer is a leading scientist and researcher in the field of psychology and mindfulness from Harvard University. And she says that we humans have only two possible ways to exist, either mindfully or mindlessly. It's not so complicated, just two possibilities we have. If you look at the human brain, it can be divided into two broad segments. The higher brain, which is the cerebral cortex, and it is responsible for most of the human functions like awareness, thought, language, reasoning, and decision making. And the lower brains consist of the mammalian brain, which is the emotional brain, and the reptilian brain, which is responsible for automatic processes like heartbeat and breathing. When you live mindlessly, your lower brains are dominant, especially your emotional brains. When your emotional brains are in control, you are emotionally reactive and volatile. And this subdues your higher brain, leading to irrational and poor thinking. This is why, in moments of rage, the higher brains get shut off and people end up doing stupid things which they regret later. At that time, they are literally an animal. When you live a mindful life, a life of awareness, your lower brains loses its grip and you have emotional regulation and stability. This empowers your higher brain to find expression, leading to clarity and rational thinking. When your emotional brain is in control, you cannot see things clearly and hence cannot make important decisions. To make important life or business decisions, you need to be emotionally stable and have a clear mind. And this can only happen through awareness. Somebody who is ruled by emotions has no awareness because awareness is a function of the higher brain. This is the privilege of being human. Animals are emotionally volatile and they cannot regulate their emotions because they do not have a higher brain, a cerebral cortex. This option, out of all the species on this planet, only human beings have. This is the gift for humans from nature and evolution, such that we can use our faculties for our well-being. We can enjoy the beauty that emotions bring to our lives, which makes our lives colorful, and put it down when it is not needed using our higher brain. One moment, just one moment of emotional volatility can ruin your life, can ruin your career, can ruin your relationship, can ruin your finances or business. And unfortunately, this has happened to many people. Awareness is the only way to empower your higher brain, as well as enjoy the emotional beauty of life. With awareness, you can objectively look at your own software, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and identify your psychological viruses which are creating an unpleasant inner environment, an unpleasant inner reality for yourself. With awareness, your desires become conscious, not automatic and compulsive like a headless chicken. With this, you can upgrade your software, upgrade your operating system that supports and works for your well being. With awareness, you can enhance your inner reality and positively rewire your brain for inner peace and outer success. This is 100% in your control. You have the power to choose. The framework to look inward, which I have shared with you, is the simplest framework out there. I have designed it for simplicity and clarity, which you can make use of for your well being. Awareness is a tool that only humans have. This is nature's gift for us. It's a tool that we can make use of to enjoy both outer success and inner success. Inner success is real freedom, and awareness is the only way to real freedom. It only works if you use it. The choice is yours. Hey, by the way, I am Tulay Sharma, the author of the book The Human Education, which is about understanding the design of the human system and learning how to operate your body, your mind, and your breath for your inner peace, your inner success, and outer success. The content of this video is from my book. If you are interested, please click the link in the description to get a copy for you. I will be sharing many free content through these videos. Please do yourself a favor for your well-being. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.